What's going on, guys? This is Ben from Nolantcg here with the March deck challenge. So this one is going to look quite rushed because this is definitely take two. This needs to be live by 6 o'clock. Locals is at 6:30, and it is currently 5:13 when I'm recording this. This video today was actually supposed to be our dual overload opening, but thanks to Australia Post it's been delayed. So we've had to bring forward our Kozmo video to this week, which is the deck challenge winner. As always, do remember, comment down below the option that you want to see in next month's deck challenge. The options are in the description. And as always, if you are new here, please do remember to hit that subscribe button. But let's get into the deck profile for this one. Okay, so starting us off, we have 3 copies of Kozmo Dark Destroyer, just the big ship to pop stuff. Then we're playing 3 copies of Forerunner. We did want to be playing maybe 2 copies of this and 3 copies of Slip Rider, which we're only playing 2 of. But ultimately we went with this because we figured the biggest stuff would just beat over as many things as possible pretty much. Next up we have our pilots, 2 copies of Dark Lady, then 3 copies of Farm Girl, 2 copies of Straw Man, and 3 copies of Tin Can, and then after that 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Okay, next up we have our spells, which are 3 copies of Kozmo Town, just because it's the main field spell, gets you to shuffle back. 1 Terraforming, we're playing a couple of one-ofs in E-Telly, Monster Reborn, and 1-for-1. 3 copies of Extravagance, it does conflict with the Kozmo Town, but you just kind of have to make those decisions when you come to it. Tech card, in a tech card slot, we're playing 3 copies of Twin Twisters, 3 copies of Cosmojo, and 3 copies of Call of the Haunted. We wanted these to be back to the front, but we couldn't find them, and we are out of time. Okay, next up we have our extra deck. So it is an Extravagance build, so a lot of it is unnecessary. It is Kozmo, you're not going to use a lot of it. But we are playing 2 copies of Volcasaurus for Burn in Time, 2 Nova, and 2 Infinity if we end up making it. Then a lot of Super Poly targets because we're siding them in Mud Dragon, Starving Venom, Nether Soul. We do have another Starving Venom, which was a bit mixed up because this is take 2. Then we have the Dragostapelia, the other Predator Plant, and Chimera. Then because there are a lot of Shadows running around, we're playing a Winder and a Construct. Okay, and finishing us off we have our side deck. We couldn't find Retaliating Seas, so we're playing 3 copies of D.D.D Crow. Annoyingly, we just ran out of time when we were looking for them. 3 copies of Super Poly comes up next. 3 copies of D-Barrier. 3 copies of Strike. And 3 Judgment. But as always, if you do want to play this, just change the side deck up to suit your locals. Okay, so that'll wrap us up for this month's deck challenge. As always, as I did say it earlier, but comment down below the option you want to see next month. The choices are in the description. As always, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I have already said it already, but I'm just going to keep repeating myself. And I do apologize again, just because this has been very, very rushed this month. Everything's gone wrong today. Probably, as you noticed, the light's gotten dimmer as the video has gone on, because we ran out of battery on that as well. But, as always, this has been Ben from Nolantcg, and have a good afternoon, everybody.